Alright, next thing, we're going to top off the transfer case because I'm sure it's low. By how much? Well, we'll see.
Don't want any dirt getting in the transfer case.
Nope, cleanliness is next to godliness when it comes to transmissions, transfer cases, and engines.
Oh.
Yes, it's one of those.
Yeah.
I have sockets for that.
Yeah.
Now, depending on your transfer case, that may be a bolt, or in this case, an Allen key.
Yeah.
And that looks to be a pretty big one at that.
Yeah.
I'll go get your kit that I know you need.
I don't know. Hey, do you know what kind of gear ratio I got in this? You want to know? I got a 392. You know that? Yeah, I got a 392 in this truck. No wonder why it gets up and goes. I think 392 is perfect. Honestly, if I had a Chevy, you know what I would do? It's perfect. You know, if I had a Chevy, I'd go to a 392. It's the best of both worlds. It's not screaming on the highway, and you get out of the hole still.
Well, yeah, and this 545 RFE should have 3-to-1 takeoff too, so you're almost 6-to-1 when you take off, so the low gear in this is going to be pretty stout. Yeah, it should say NV243 on it.
Yeah, it's a D.
Well, D stands for Dodge.
Well,
C for Chevy.
Yeah. Well, it stands for D? Dodge.
That says NV, right? Not NP?
I don't know. It just says D.
Does it say new process? When you look at the red...
it says new process D.
Hey, okay.
So this is an NP.
Real quick.
Yeah, it's not a new venture, it's a new process, which I don't know which one's worse. I thought it was the new venture.
Well, they're both made by the same company. New Venture was actually well, they kind of merged with Chrysler, kind of didn't, kind of thing.
Real quick. He's kind of.
That's fine, I'm getting it.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to make a side note real quick. You ready?
I'm really surprised this is not a New Venture case. I mean, it doesn't matter, New Venture, new process, but...
Is that going to matter on the fluid?
Oh, no. It's the same company.
Alright, so I'm going to... So anytime I go to put fluid into a transfer case, especially when I spent the time working in the tranny shops, my signature deal is if I worked on it, I would always clean the tag. If the tag was clean, it means most likely I did it. No one else in the training shop would do it. Just me. My boss kind of hated it because I would take an extra 30 seconds to wipe it clean. But if a transfer case came back, and guess what? The tag wasn't clean. It wasn't my problem. Yeah. No. So I recommend to you, clean up your tag so you can see it. Just so that way, you know, if you forget what you did, you know, at least if the tag's clean, you can be like, oh yeah, okay, I added some fluid. Not a big deal. Skip that. Go on to my next maintenance item. But yeah, clean your tag. I mean, it's up to you, but I do that so I know. And it's something I learned to do when I was working at a training shop. So, Kevin's 2 tidbits right there.
Tidbits.
Tidbits.
Moment of truth. If this thing's still full, put the cap back on. If nothing drips out, you're going to have to add some.
I will be amazed because there was a puddle. I should have taken a picture of it.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Alright, at this point, remove your bolt, and if it doesn't drip, like it did not there, it's low.
Yeah.
You want to stick your finger in there so you can figure out how low it was?
Sure, let me clean my finger first.
Yeah, clean your finger first. See how low it is. There we go. I knew there was a
Oh,
problem.
wow, dude. I can't even feel it with this finger. That is false. I'm going to have to use my pinky. Okay, so my whole pinky fit in there.
Yeah, she's a little low.
I would say about half. It's about half full right now because my whole pinky fit in there, so it's about half full.
That's our unofficial measuring stick.
Yes.
Okay. So she needs some fluid.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, just like the Chevy video we showed you earlier on the channel here. Pump, pump, till it leaks, let it drip, don't overfill it, on level surface, then you're good to go. And on the Chrysler products, make sure you use ATF plus 4.
We're gonna be here for a minute because it was like down to here is where I felt it with my pinky at this.
Yeah, she's been spewing it for a minute.
I told you there was a puddle.
I know in my truck when it was leaking for that longest time for 2.5 years, it was about half a quart down. So
yeah, well, this happened in one night. I'm sure it seeped, but last night or the other night was a puddle.
well, that's the thing. What's leaking, what is going in the tail shaft, what doesn't actually leak out. So that tail shaft holds quite a bit of fluid. I mean, quite a bit is a minimal amount.
Okay, now I would say we're full. I don't actually. Sometimes the tip will shoot fluid out the wrong way. And just let it drip. And we have cardboard underneath, so it's not going into our earth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
It wasn't as low as you thought it was.
I did full 10 pumps, dude. More than that. Actually, this bottle's about half empty now. So half a quart low.
Dang, it's ripping.
And you don't want these transfer cases overflowed either.
Nope. Overfilling them is just as bad as being underfilled. Why? Because it aerates the fluid, and then the pump can't pick it up. And then you still burn your case down.
It's starting to slow down.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Is there an email that you got that I don't know of?
As far as what?
Now you're talking about rain tonight, so I'm like...
Oh, Rainmaker?
Yeah.
No, I haven't got any Rainmaker.
Okay.
I mean, you know, we work for YouTube, so I don't expect rain to fall.
Hey.
I still have to keep my day job.
I would say it's fine. It's just doing a drip, drip, drip. It's not like dripping.
I think you're good, man, because a little bit's going to fly up in that seal. So
yeah, I don't want it to...
you just don't want it profusely draining out. I mean, a drip here and there, it could be here all night, because it's just the way automatic tranny fluid is. Alright, so after you've topped off your transfer case, tighten your bolt. Let's see here again, magnesium or aluminum. You don't want to over tighten it and mushroom the ends.
No, for the fine threads too. The thing is with aluminum, you don't gotta over torque it. I would say about right there. I'm not going any further than that.
No. Alright, clean up your mess. Clean up any residual oil you may find, because in about a week you'll want to check this, make sure you didn't rip your seal going back in, but other than that, you should be good to go. For the entertainment part of this job, we're going to jack the truck up, and we're actually going to run the drive shaft so we can make sure that oil's getting up there and nothing is coming out. So we'll get set up for that shot, and we'll be right back. Alright, for this part, we don't recommend you do this. We are trained professionals, but we do have the vehicle up on jack stands. we're going to do a prop test here. Drive shaft test, make sure that the seal is going to hold. We do wait for the vehicle to idle down so we're not banging in the gear. But again, you want your foot on the brake when you do this if you're going to put it up in the air and test. Well, because it's not seeing any front wheel speed. That's hilarious. Well, we would take it faster, but the ABS doesn't like what we're doing, so we'll stop while we're ahead. Other than that, everything else looks good. We got no strange noises. So I can get this thing back down on the ground, and we're about done. You gotta put your foot on the brake and get this thing back in park, dude. Alright folks, as you can see, transfer case output shaft seal is good. Not really much else to report. You know, it's not a hard job to do, but it's something if you don't do, you can destroy a transfer case. Seen it. I haven't done it myself, but I have seen it. So, you know, for a $10, $20, maybe $30 seal, you know, it's good preventative maintenance if you have a slight leak. And if you haven't had one go bad on you, if you own a truck long enough, you will at some point. So it's just good to know how to do this. But if you like the content, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Alright, so it's been a couple weeks after the driveline output shaft repair. As you can see, it's dry as a bone. And the output shaft is not wet anymore. So that's a good job there. There is one note. If you do put this seal in and it does leak, say a year down the road, you're probably going to have to use the original Mopar seal. But we're going to give this one a try, and if it gives us any trouble, well, we'll do it again and we'll let you know. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.